gentlemen, welcome to Kodak Hall. Welcome to 21st Century Acoustics. Welcome to a theater that will have the same role in the cultural life of our great community for decades to come.
Tonight marks an important milestone in the life of the RPO, of the Eastman School of Music and the University of Rochester, and indeed in the history of the great city of Rochester. Tonight, we take a giant step forward in realizing the vision of our founder, George Eastman, who believed so passionately in the role of the arts in the life of a city and a life well lived. For Mr. Eastman, music was a spiritual necessity, an integral part of daily life. He built this great theater, he formed this great orchestra, he founded this great school of music, all for the enrichment of community life.
In 1918, there was a local music school called the DKG, Institute of Musical Art, and Eastman had been helping it with some money occasionally to keep it afloat, and Rush Reese was the president of their board of trustees, and they were in terrible trouble financially. So Reese was faced with the prospect that the school that he was the chairman of the board would go belly up, it would go bankrupt. And in talking to Eastman about it, the two men agreed that what would happen is Eastman would buy this school and then give it to the University of Rochester. And by doing so, he would preserve this school so that it wouldn't disappear from the community. Eastman became sort of convinced that music had sort of a special capacity for enhancing the quality of life in the community. And it was a strange revelation because he wasn't trained as a musician, but he just began to feel that way.
The idea was that he was going to make this into something which was for the benefit, fulfillment of the community.
Between the actual purchase of the school and the transfer to the university, the plan grew much greater than that. You know, it wasn't just that simple thing, I'm going to buy a music school and give it to you, but how would you like to have a new home for the music school? And so even that developed sort of gradually at first, you know, well, I'll give you $1 million to build a new music school, and let's make it $2 million, and let's make it $5 million. I mean, the total figure doesn't sound like a lot, but it was about $17.5 million, which was an extraordinary amount of money to spend on this project.
Given the kind of individual that George Eastman was, this was a man who was an inveterate tinkerer, an inventor, a very entrepreneurial spirit, somebody who was very adventuresome, who was basically enmeshed in the seminal development of film and obviously still photography, but also was a great showman and loved music and the performing arts, but felt also very strongly that the tether between the arts and a community were absolutely essential for their survival.